the series too, seeing Endpoint pick up Inferno, Ancient as a decider. I think we are going to 3 maps. I want to give Sprout the opportunity of getting a 2-1 in this series.
Yeah, I'm giving Sprout the edge as well. I'm not sure whether I want to give Endpoint the credit of going to 3 maps. I think this first one's going to decide how far they can go in terms of the series victory or in terms of taking the series to that 3rd map. But I feel like Sprout are coming in as heavy favorites. At least their formation team, Endpoint, still betting in their new players. We look to see if they can bet in the pistol round. 3 kills coming in for the CTs. They crunch out towards the tunnels position. They mowed down every player they see. Rules held out towards the mid lurk. The bomb's been dropped in their control. And Endpoint, this is going to be a stellar start in the pistol round.
It all just comes down to the setup. That's a crunch in, couple of players in from the lower tunnels, out and from the upper tunnels too. And where do you look there? You're just getting slammed in from both sides. Sprout having mass numbers in that position, just getting caught completely off guard. That was a very keen setup for Endpoint, and I love the aggression that came through and the confidence in that pistol round.
Yeah, big start for the Endpoint side. Exactly what you want to see from these guys. Well, Sprout picked in a Dust2. It's a bit of a contentious pick. A lot of teams don't like to pick in the Dust2 due to the nature of the potential upsets. And here we stand with Sprout taking one of those top maps and trying to put them into decent use on the T-side start as well. Endpoint have already foiled their plans to get off in the early game. Going back to the force buys and the conversions. It's a kind of a quasi-investment. A hero scout here for Slack, just already taken out by Boris.
Getting aggressive up towards this mid position. Got to be careful that he doesn't just get fallen, or at least traded off. Doing pretty easy work up against the Eco Pistols, not struggling at all. Endpoint finding a very simple conversion round up to their second. Surreal is struggling with the USP up to that last player, Spinny, but you can't imagine any of these picks are going to turn through. Crucial, even with his own USP, is going to be able to finish it off with a double. Endpoint up for the second. Now an opportunity for the rifles to come through from this Sprout side, and definitely when we have a look back at Conference so far, it's been Farfen and Slacks that's really impressed me. Farfen's currently the 4th highest rated player this event.
You can see whether you can put that particular talent to use. Right now it's only Slacks with the only kill for Sprout in this map so far. Only 2 rounds in. Again, Sprout slow to start. Now get the guns out and can kick things off in their game right here. Flashes over. Farven does get caught initially. It's Rolls without opening kill. Boris with several players blinded only gets the 1 trade for it. Rolls allowed a secondary pick back. Almost a 3rd, but Mighty Max does get that trade in the end with a FAMAS. It's still Kai with a responsive. So Sprout maintain the advantage and they maintain the long control.
Rules is definitely a good fragger to be an in-game leader as well, and you can see it out from that long contact, just how much he sets up Kai to get that trade back in, give themselves a 3v2 advantage. Now, with so much time on the clock, they could just try and see if they can bait out a mistake, see where that scout is playing from. The CTs are split, though.
Yeah, 1 player out towards mid, or try to cut off the likes of Spitty. If he gets this kill, that might be important to them, though. 2 players acting out towards the long positions, just to be cut off by Crucial. It's a scout and an SMG in this round for the CT side. Puts a counter smoke back in to try and force forward. He jumps up into reveal towards Kai. Spitty takes his fight and wins it as Slats gets Crucial. And then he did go for that jump up on the site and does get caught off for it. So not the best positioning there from Endpoint, but it was a 3 versus 2. And Sprout come up with the first round of the game.
Yeah, chance to get that buyback in for Endpoint. Money is in a grand position, so they're not going to be able to get that AWP out for Crucial. Or Surreal, a couple of guys that you would expect when the money is there, that they're going to start running that double AWP set up on the city side of Dust2. Sprout, though, even having that scout into the hands of Slacks, trying to see if they can bring that even further. And I guess even with the updates, right, we thought we'd see less mid picks, we don't need as many smokes in for the cross. We still see a lot of snipers that look to try and take that fight early down in that suicide position.
Slacks lean up there early. He won't be able to see anything as of right now. Flash in towards mid doors. Meanwhile, Crucial gets none of that. Gets a pretty easy kill on Farven as a result. AK in the mid position. He won't go ahead and grab it just yet. Just tries to smoke off the angle, keep the vision suppressed from Sprout's part. Walk in from Kai could come out towards the longhouse as Nertz gets another good pick out into the tunnels through that smoke against Spinny. Not expecting it to come through, but it does indeed. Now they acting against Boris. They check that corner. He gets a lot of damage on Kai, but not the kill.
Yeah, that flash just not deep enough out from mid, meaning that Crucial's just half blinded. He's not getting really flashed at all. Mighty Max just with the bait and switch. He doesn't have anyone up on the A side to try and pull the distraction away. You'd have to imagine if he just gets mollied out, he's going to get forced into the open.
50 seconds, the smoke's about to come in, or at least what you thought there for the part of Slacks. There's rolls that moves forward completely dry. Mighty Max in at Car, Nerts at the cross, Crucial on an elbow. They don't check Car, and Mighty Max gets 2 easy frags for it. Now Kai set with 22 points of HP to clutch the 1 versus 4. He'll take some shots out, not connect any of them. Mighty Max makes it a triple, and Endpoint will quickly respond to Sprout's opening round.
Yeah, just being able to capitalize with that first pick out from mid. You could then see the way that they don't clear out the car position. They don't put a molly down. No one's even jiggling. So Mighty Max just gets a good timing on that one. Instant tactical timeout coming through from Sprout, and just realize, all right, that wasn't good enough. That wasn't the best around from us. We need to be using our util better. We need to be calming some of these issues, and that's what they're going to take the timeout for.
Yeah, they want to try and see if they can shut down as many of these rounds as early as possible here. Try and disallow Endpoint from getting this CT side into a respectable position, because if they lose out on this half, then that could be where things start getting awkward. Endpoint have a better T basis than Sprout. Sprout have a better CT basis than Endpoint, so technically the second half could be the big half to watch out for. This will be their chance to set up the best chance for a simple map for the German core. The AKs on 3 individuals for Endpoint, of course, forced back in for Sprout in to round number 5. 1 AK, 1 AWP, Galil, Tech 9 Deagle. It's not amazing. It's still a buy.
I don't see Kyle in the AWP very often, only because he has that immediate long spawn, is that's why they give it to him, so pass it straight back over to Slacks. Crucial in the exact same position from the last round. Farfan not going to be able to clear it straight away, and Crucial does the same again.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And definitely shame on Sprout for that. Grab that Galil at least for rolls. Try and use it for the rest of the default, but they've lost that opening man advantage and taken comparatively little HP damage to return. Crucial on 52, Nerts on 78. And that M4 well out of dodge, back passive on the back of the A site. Nert's going to go ahead and join Surreal on the B play. Smoke also gets set up towards CT, trying to sell some sort of mid to B play. The reality is the short control. The Mighty Max will spot out.
Kai looking to try and see if he can beat the rotation. Doesn't know about Crucial on the site, and now it's just a switch in play. Crucial just trying to waste time. Sprout losing so many players. Crucial just getting those individual picks. No flashes up high. No incendiary to go back down in that position. And now Slack's in a 1v5.
So sharp there from Crucial. And Slacks gets that 1 exit frag, but the bomb being dropped on elbow means he's got to work his way back in from CT. Or re-aggress on short, and Max is the great read to know exactly where Slacks is going to go with this. Further utility on the scope being heard. Now they have all the info to work with. It's only a matter of time before a CT peeks onto him, or he peeks into a CT's angle and gets killed off for it. Max will get the frag in from the CT spawn itself, and that will be the 4th round for Endpoint. They are looking real sharp today. Crucial's been hitting his shots. He's on 7 frags. Mighty Max also on 7 frags. Now they've got AKs galore for the CT side. It's looking like a really good early start from them.
I don't even think it's the sharpness that's impressed me the most. It's more so just the positioning. You could see, again, the way that Crucial's getting a lot of man advantages out from that mid doors, even rotating back up to that A position, just doing even further damage. Sprout really struggling to deal with that player. Not the best of starts in them here on T side. You'd have to imagine, even for this eco, they're just looking to try and see if they can get some of these AKs out of the hands.
Oh, Raul's burning, taken down by Boris in the end of the wallbang. Bomb drop for the time moment. Slacks caught off on a quick peek in. Triple up for the man. Quadra and ace. Yep, Quadra and ace. Effective, efficient from Boris, revealing all T-side presence and removing it from play as well. Now he takes the top fragger position. And Sprout quickly get back on the guns.
I guess very similar to Israel, that Jordan is also a country that we don't see many representatives coming out from. Issa has got to be the most one that comes to mind straight away. We know that for Boris, he played the majority of his career the last couple of years on NASA, and he's only 17 years old. He's a very much a young man.
Yeah, Endpoint all about the development cycles. Of course, they were the ones who discovered Flames. Where he is on the OG side. Kai forcing forward. The timing on that flashbang so good. Boris will get taken down for it regardless. Spinny finds that pick. Nertz has many players to deal with, and he just gets peeked in by 2. Spinny with a frag on. Crucial his own AWP set into the tunnels. Looking the wrong way. Farman doesn't get the full spray. The AWP can't respond to it, though. His easy pick is for Sprouts.
This has just been a well-placed round on the default. They've got the AWP down into that pit position for Slacks. Even Mighty Max just gets caught off looking the wrong way, having the slight extension out through, and Speedy walks through the smoke. That was easy as for Sprout, and it comes down to slowing it down. Being able to isolate the 1v1s out to that long position. I like the lurk from Farfan deep outside of the tunnels, just waiting for that over-aggressive play, and everything just started to fall into place for Sprout.
A great punishment there from the T side line. Endpoint giving up that round to a certain extent. Again, they went a little bit too aggressive on both the tunnels and the longhouse position. Now Sprout will try put the early frags to effect in mid. Shot missed out against Surreal. Kai will still make his way out of the longhouse and win that one fight. Boris is at least there for the trade, so they don't hold the man advantage for long. Still a HP advantage though. Surreal got tagged up in that exchange towards mid, so it's a 4 versus 4 and a fast play out towards the short position. Crucial. Here's AWP set back at long, lands on rolls, looks in for the second, spots his head, knows he's making his way past elbow. I don't know if they have that information on the T side as well. The M4's looking forward, Nuts hoping someone else pops their way out of the short entrance. With the bomb ducking his head down, getting to the site, should get planted from here.
As soon as they realize the AWP's there, just keep the heads down and make sure you get a flash off, force him back, make it uncomfortable. This is still very winnable for Sprout. 3v4, they need a pick though. They need to get an advantage back quickly.
And counter nades on the long position will try it, drive the CTs away. It'll be successful for the time being as Nertz and Surreal start pushing in from CT spawn. The one angle that they haven't accounted for. They'll start to look towards it now. The flashbangs will blind Speedy, force him back. The utility in from the T-Tide line is Slacks and Surreal going back and forth. Speedy makes it a 2 versus 2, but tags so heavily and burning on the site itself. Farman there with a responsive. It's a 1 versus 1. The Boris still catches him. Got to get on that defuse though. It's down to the last few seconds. He has the kit, fortunately. And he has the round as well.
What a play coming through from Boris. You can see Speedy just wants to play time, get out to that get right position and just hold, make sure you're not falling, and instead Boris gets up into the side, catches him just as he's repositioning to get in behind the box. What a clutch coming through from Boris. That gets Endpoint up to 6. That was a great retake, and obviously it helped that they had the man advantage situation in that 4v3. They slow it down, but give themselves just enough time.
Sprout got that bomb plant, so reinvestment is in for them. AKs and AWPs in, economical damage being done to Endpoint with those 4 casualties, so there's reset potential right now for Sprout. They could take control of the whole game off the back of that. It all comes down to how this next round plays out, and Max is being careful with his peeks in. Just jump facing, looking for the info, and burns Farman alive.
Oh, we're starting to get some gimmicky and faster stuff out from Sprout, and Endpoint are just punishing them for it. See the way that the run out comes through from the Flames, crucial with the AWP even keeping eyes up on mid, and no one is finding a response here from Sprout.
Got his eyes set in that position, hoping that someone crosses past Xbox. Another nade in from Mighty Max, given up there. Doing a lot less damage to Rules than it did to Kai on the first phase. Crucial raw, ready for the shoulder, only lands the tag through the mid doors, but the second shot connects to the kill. And now it is the short players in Rolls and Kai. Smoke set, Molotovs trying to get into the A site, still bomb can get picked up. They've got plenty of CTs around here, and now Rolls is on similar HP numbers, 35 and 33, with even further agility coming in. Endpoint just got a surplus of it. They will get one trade back on Rolls, but Kai has fallen in the interim with the bomb down at CT spawn. There's no way left in for the Dane.
Even for Endpoint, they're not hunting for this pick. They're playing it passive. They're waiting for the fight to come to them. Dual peek down from the short position. And Endpoint are just playing tactical CS. They're peeking on each other really well. They're working as a unit. Some of the star players are really stepping up. Boris, of course, up to 12. Crucial with the AWP, finding a lot of consistency out from that mid position and back towards the A side at Car. Sprout having a tough time here on T side, and just look at the numbers game too for the Germans. Where are some of the players that need to step up? We haven't seen much from Slacks, seeing very minimal out from Farfan too. These are a couple of guys that we need to see up in the higher echelons.
This is that big concern I mentioned with the potential of the upsets on Dust2. The fact that if you pick into it, you run a risk, because if that opposing team is playing better than you, it doesn't matter how great your tactics are, the firepower will work out better for them. And Endpoint right now proving the point itself. 7-2, 1 away from winning the CT half. And yes, Sprout CT side is the better half for them. Still a lot of work to be done here though. We've got to start getting started soon.
Now, otherwise, they play the risk of just not giving themselves enough rounds that even into the second half, if we see some signs of beauty, it might not be enough at all. Notch smoke coming down to start off the round for the T side. Nerds just trying to see if he can spam away, get a lucky bullet or two. All in all, for Endpoint, up against the Eco Pistols, it seems as if they're giving a lot of respect. They've taken the Longhouse. They haven't made any other aggressive duels.
Base further forward. The tunnels and the short aggression, the mid-control established. Sprout will wait here with a minute on the clock. They have the util to go for a small execution. 2 smokes, 1 flash, 1 molly. Step between Rolls and Kai. Still fighting for the mid position overall, though. They realize nobody's set out there. But they won't commit to A.
I got the opportunity of just going in mid to B, trying to make it uncomfortable, even for Nerds. He's got so much util to work with that once he gets that contact and the information, he could just try and slow him down with the incendiary and smoke.
Smokes on at the CT spawn, taps forward from Mighty Max. Can't really do much in terms of the damage, so it will be Surreal and Nerds here for the defensive. Nerds in the corner, Surreal's out in the open, hearing some tags and keeping his eyes on the tunnel's entrance. 20 seconds, they can still deny it all. Nades up, damage done nicely to Rolls. Well timed there from the utility placement for the CT side. Sprout have got to make a move in now, though. 15 seconds, they're still desperate to find a kill, and Mighty Max says, no, I'm going to take the kill away from you instead. Kai taken out, Nerds will follow suit on Rolls, try double up to the player out in the tunnels. Mighty Max will take some damage, but he gets his second kill back in, and it's 4 seconds for Slacks to maintain his life. Crucial shuts him down with the AWP. And Sprout just couldn't do anything in that round.
The issue that Sprout faced there, Jay, is they didn't bait any util. So what it meant that when that execution came through, look at how the CTs play that on B. You've got Crucial and Nerds being the B players. Upper tunnels gets re-smoked, the doors get smoked, and the window gets incendiaried. With that, you're stuck. You can't push through. You have to try and see if you can catch off some of the rotators out from CT spawn and eventually start making your way into the side. They needed to draw more util earlier than they did.
And once again, Endpoint have all the AKs to play with here. Sprout have found a couple of confident rounds, but outside of that, it's just been all CT side. Incendiaries on. And walk into the long control again. They've got Mighty Max. His placement onto short control. Seeing nothing. Sprout are so passive in this round.
Yeah, the scary factor too for Sprout is since bringing Kai into the lineup, they've won 17 maps and only lost 4, and they're going into a best of 3 against an Endpoint side who's recently made roster moves on their best map in the pool, and they're struggling to find any success on T side. Now we're starting to see Farfan with the cross smokes, just fake him out from long. The rest of the players and the bomb is actually going to be.
Flash forward, Farvan has Boris behind the car, keeping his head tucked away. Mighty Max catches him with a spray. Surreal gets overwhelmed by the flashbangs. No, it's still blind by it. Still gets a triple on the lineup. On for the quadra. Doesn't hold it together, but he's done enough. It's a 1v3 for Rolls. He'll get the bomb plant at least, but look at how close the CT's after this retake.
Oh, what a hold coming through from Nerds, really anchoring down hard. And for Rouse, he's looking to press the issue, try and see if he can get that smoke to clear, take a duel straight away. He needs these picks, and they're all coming in from the same angle. Rouse trying to get out towards the composition, lines up a couple.
What?
3K, he makes it work. What a clutch coming out for the in-game leader. Rouse with 4 in total.
You know, thought that Sprout bottlenecked themselves out of the tunnels, but Endpoint did the exact same thing through doors. Oh, disaster for them. Sprout getting away with a steal. They should not have won that clutch. It should not have been a quadra. But here we are, 8-3. A rebuy is still on the table for Endpoint. They have the cash to go for it. But thanks to the casualties they've sustained in these rounds, the economy is still not great coming out of round 12.
Imagine being Nerds in that sort of a situation, Jay. You get 3 kicks out for that car position when you're completely blind. He has such a great hold on that B site, and his teammates, they just don't back him up.
Not an amazing deal for him. Flash out, AK in. SMG bursts his damage. Crucial can burn, rolls for it. He's holding back at the boost, expecting there to be some sort of presence from the T-side line. Ahead of that smoke, they will not push forward. Crucial will jump face and give up his life to Slack's. A bad move right there, and they're going to go for the execution for it. Nertz, another hold for him to find, this time on the A site, sees the head of Kai and can burst up, drop that bomb, get the info now to the CT forces, and Sprout will push ahead regardless of that info getting caught. SMG out towards Goose, caught off by Slacks' 3v3 on the retake.
Oh, he's even looking out towards Long. This could be the rotation. This could be him trying to get even more out of this round.
Flash into ramp for Nertz to get up here. Aids on. Catches Slacks on Goose himself. The AWPer has fallen. The AKs in Spinny and Father now. Looking out to try hold the defensive. Nertz with his 2 frags. Spinny takes out Surreal. Nertz makes it a triple. And on for the quadra. Another multi-frag round from him. And this time it comes together for Endpoint's 9th.
Yeah, he's showing us some good skills, isn't he? He's looking confident. He's got a little bit of flair about him here on this CT side, and he's making impact. We saw what he was able to do previously on the B side. Now we've seen what he's been able to do, rotating up to A, finding a quadra, and for Sprout, that's got to be quite disappointing, knowing that Slacks was able to get some really good trade frags. They are somehow able to bait in a massive mistake of Crucial looking for an info play, just jumping up, getting that 1-for-1 onto the Goose player, and then Nertz just coming alive when it matters the most.
And he was slow to start in this matchup, but in these last couple of rounds, he has done some clap under the cheeks. Sprout. Up again, looking into the mid-control. Crucial will try to respond towards it. Look at suicide and give Slacks his best wish alongside catching Kai. 14 frags deep for the AWPer. A big performance from him on Dust2. It's a 5v3 already for Endpoint.
Crucial's really showing up with the AWP today. He's hitting some important shots. He's gathering so many opening man advantages. And even look at the top mid aggression. They have no idea that Boris is here.
Rawls might give himself up to this as well. Scope being heard. Boris continuing to push. Catches the player. Drops that bomb. And Spinny will try find a responsive, but even that spray goes awry. Farthen working up long SMG versus him. Probably could catch that one individual, but now with Spitty falling, no one can go back for the bomb. There's no way in for Farthen now.
No, not at all. And for Endpoint, they've played these kind of positions where it's a 1vx sort of situation where they've got a lot of players alive. They just don't overface at all. At least one opportunity does get found out from the city spawn. No more than that. Endpoint getting up to 10. And for Sprout, it feels as if the good rounds from them are coming few and far. And I saw a PP Bison for a moment. I don't think that's going to get played with in round 14.
Imagine.
Imagine. That would be the ultimate BM. That would be a way to get into your opponent's heads.
And 10-3, Endpoint most certainly are in Sprout's heads at this stage, and we talked about the possibilities of Sprout letting the CT side go a bit too far and not leaving enough breathing room to get their own CT side together. Molotov's out on the default set. They've got a player at blue binned. It's Mighty Max with his AK. Boris with the M4 will take face, and Spinny will somehow find Max, but Boris with his double. His triple not quite landed. Actually did catch Kai. There's something there in that, but a 3v2, Endpoint taking some casualties. Oh, and another actually. The AK turned in against the AWP, so it's a 2 versus 2 now.
And they do have the backstab in from Nertz. It all just comes down to a matter of timing and when he decides to make that play forward. Even Surreal just playing with the cross. They've got no further up smoke. They've only got an incendiary and a flash to work with.
4 leans in, rules. Head ducked down as Surreal tries to fall away towards CT. And they know that they've bracketed them in here towards long. Because Nertz has held out the backstab. Speedy with utility in hand. That might be Nertz's cue to move forward. Speedy's going to keep his eyes on, though. Smoke at the ready. Back turned. And gets caught for it. Not caught looking in the right crosshair place, but Surreal will close out and rolls. And Sprout tried to play it a bit slower, a bit more carefully. It still didn't work out for them. Endpoint. A couple of missteps here and there, but they find their 11th, and they find themselves in a ridiculous lead. They'll have at least 11 full at the turn of the half. Probably even 12-3 to go further.
Yeah, difficult situation there for Speedy, because he's cleared out Longhouse the best that he can. He's seeing nothing. Right, I'm going to get that short molly down, hope that no one's on the cross, and I'm going to get the deep CT smoke in, and then that backstab just comes through at a perfect opportunity. So many players out from long, and the T-side are going to hit him.
And Speedy gets that first kill, but Surreal's so quick with the responsives. These long takes have been fantastic for Endpoint. Surreal will back up, knowing he's done his work. He's done all the damage he needs to. Leave his teammates to set up the rest of it. 4 versus 4 for now. Sprout walk out towards mid.
Yeah, Sprout just not really giving themselves much of an opportunity here with the map control being gained. They're not able to hold on to that long position after they get a 1-for-1 for Spitty. They are going to start getting a flash up towards this short position. Crucial's going to hold the angle slightly further off to that left-hand side.
Slax's eye set towards this position, but Crucial still wins it at the crack angle peak. A frag found, as Slax is caught sleeping, and Rawls now starting the entries towards the mid to B play. Mighty Max headshot taken. Nertz might be the solo defender. They smoke off the CT spawns. There's no rotation positions for Crucial. He still fires blind, connects on Rolls. Now it's Nertz to step up once again. He did so well during the last clutch, and Farvan will keep his eyes set away. Nertz on for a 2K, hiding behind the big box, peeks in, drops that bomb, and now has all the cards in Endpoint's hands. Still not aware of where Farvan's coming in from. Won't over peek it either. 30 seconds and the CTs are closing in. Now spot out Farvan, he'll get that one pick. Isolate a good 1v1. Try isolate the second towards Nertz, but Crucial comes in with support. And it will be a 12-3 half, a ridiculous point for Endpoint. Sprout got a lot of work to do in the CT side.
Four days ago, Jay, we saw Sprout playing a grand final of a local LAN event against Koana. They picked Dust2 and was able to get 13 rounds up on their T side. What's going on today? They've only managed 3. They have absolutely crumbled it up here against Endpoint. And if they don't win this pistol, I don't see a way back in.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Sprout not looking great today. Endpoint looking on point. Boris and Surreal will lead the charge at 18 frags apiece. No one is anywhere even close to that. No player on double digits for Sprout right now. And look at the aggression. They're trying desperation plays and they're getting punished for it as well. Two players gooshed out in a mid-control. Farvan will catch Surreal. Crucial responsible Slacks at the very least. But Kai gets caught off aggressing through the longhouse. 4 versus 3. Spitty sees where Boros is. So gets that information that the teams will not make their way forward to that angle. But now they look towards the B site and Rolls has no idea. They've gone mid to B. Nertz with his latest kill on that site. Farvan wrapping over. Needs Spitty support, but he's so far away. Boros in mid to cut off rotations. Backstab tunnels also accounted for here. And Farvan's going to act real quick. He spots one player crossing past the doorways. Molotov to drive him back and look towards that position. Boros sees Spitty. Doesn't get the frag for it, but he's tagged so heavily. It makes this retake so much more difficult.
And just the counter utility is not helping at all. Farfan's on low HP, he's getting smoked, getting mollied, flashed over the top. Crucial still got the aggressive line in towards his window position, and it's just time wasting. Yeah, there's a kit for the CT side to work with. Another flash over the top. Crucial could peek out into the open, catch off the last couple of players, and it just feels as if Sprout were just so switched off in that round. Yeah, they try and open up an opportunity by getting aggressive. They move up towards top mid. They don't find the peaks in immediately, so then the lower tunnels players from Endpoint are starting to crunch in. Nertz is able to walk out to mid, get up to window. The B player's got no idea that mid is exposed. It's moments like that where you look at it and think, what has happened to Sprout today?
Usually they switched off in that round. How I switched off in this match. This has been a disaster for them. And I feel like, again, like you mentioned before, the pistol was a win condition for them in this second half. They've lost it. And they forced the issue to try and recover it back. It's not Sprout's day, and this being their map pick as well. Endpoint looking this on point. There is a chance available for them. Sprout, maybe they've anti-stratted, maybe they've found a counter player over on Inferno. But right now, things are just not looking good for the German core. Nertz starts things off, catching Kai, again aggressing in Longhouse. It's a frag found to start.
Endpoint are just all over them individually, outpacing them too. In a lot of these strats, you can just see Slacks getting domed in by Crucial, trying to see if they can bait in another mid player, and out onto the force buyer. Other than the damage done onto Nertz and now Surreal and Mighty Max, they haven't been able to get a lot at all. At least Farfan's trying to make a way back in.
Yeah, it's that one frag at least. Low HP for Surreal, probably easy to get caught up by Speedy. Looking for the headshot angles, the Molotov's coming in, and Crucial comes in with the side to get his kill and double up. For the triple overall in this round for his part. Rules 1 versus 3. Catches that one AK, and we'll see Nertz leaving into his own devices. But just got to hold on to this rifle from here. There's no way into the retake. He will lean up towards mid control. We have got a counter flank in from Nertz as well. In the mid doors, and Rolls will catch that one frag. That's a little bit of damage being done now to Endpoint, but it's still that 14th. And no matter what the damage comes in, the bottom line is still they're only a couple of rounds away from winning. Sprout need 11 just to equalize against Endpoint.
And even though the head-to-heads previously have been quite far away, the last one was, what, back in May this year, so it's definitely been some time since then. All the head-to-heads have been close. We've seen some 16-14s into the mix, a 16-13, even an overtime, which came through onto Dust2 as a 22-18 result for Endpoint. So yeah, it is 4-0 in maps. It's always been close. It's always been competitive. I look at Sprout today and I just feel to myself, that is so not with how the system has been so far. Endpoint just putting on a classing show, and for Sprout, we're not really seeing any of the individuals really step up. When we look at that renewal game, again, you looked at some of those key players, obvious Slacks and your Farfan, Rouse from time to time putting on performances. No one is here from Sprout.
And high hopes for how this match could have gone down, but it feels like Sprout have just petered out here. And again, a reminder to all of you who are just joining us in this tournament, this is an elimination game. Loser of this best of 3 is out of the running for the ESL Pro League. At the very least, Sprout have maps 2 and 3 to fall back on, but their own pick really not going well. Mighty Max just finds Spitty so effectively. Slacks will take tag damage as well. Nays to his position. He does escape the ire of that splash damage. Boris is still faced towards him. Check elevator. Spray goes a little bit too far out of position and kind of gets caught on the site itself. 2 left standing for Sprout. And this is probably the beginning of the end for them. I do not see a comeback in them right here. As Rolls will get one trade, Farvan's taken out. There's no money for the buyback and there's no gun saved in. 15-3. 12 map points for Endpoint. It's not a good day for Sprout.
And this probably indicates the conversation, or at least kickstarts it, of When it comes down into some of the lower tiers of Counter-Strike, anyone can beat anyone. You show up on the day, you have a good performance, you lead from the front, you can just start steamrolling. And it just feels as if Sprout, mental game, completely knocked out. They've been in a position where they're just getting tilted, they're getting frustrated, and Endpoint are just using that, fueling themselves up, and now even thinking about just having that B exec, Mighty Max, spotting info out from mid onto Slacks.
Not quite a kill found, but as you mentioned, the info does come in. Might be a given, though, as to where that position is played for. Set in with the burst fire, the nades up. Not even doing that much damage. They should have landed center of mass of the Endpoint side, but it just didn't find anything. They got out of dodge, and Boros will catch that kill. Slacks opened up upon. It's a good start.
And we saw that Endpoint got 16-3'd by Unique last month. It might be them now going 16-3 against Sprout. What a shot in from Mighty Max. And now this is just easy pickings. They've got the opportunity of faking down towards his short position, leaving the lurk out from B. Nerds trying to catch off Rouse on the edge of the smoke.
Oh, they might trade places. Nope, Nerd spots him. Kill found to start off. Spitty at least with one responsive. Surreal traded it, so it's all on Kai. Well out of position all the way at long. Crucial is watching for it. It's GG for map one, a 16-3. We'll try his best to find one casualty, but now they're going to go hunting. Take him out, close him down, close out this match, and get this first map on the board. Sprout a disaster on Dust2 on their own map pick. It's not gone well